Hello, my people. Um, it's been a while, but something came to my mind and I just thought I could share. Do you know that 50% of the problem we have in our society in Nigeria is as a result of one simple line: leave it for God. Just leave am for God. That simple statement is part of the problem we have. Yes, it is. Now, let's use some practical examples. You have a sick relative or a friend. You take him or her to the hospital. The doctor makes a mistake that costs the person's life or a deformity for that person. And you don't take it up. You say, leave it for God. What has happened has happened. It's not going to change anything. Yes, it will change something. Are you aware that if you don't take it up, that same mistake will still be repeated on another person? It doesn't matter if the person has died. You must correct that anomaly. You must correct that wrong. You don't just leave things like that for God. For heaven's sake, God is not going to come down to help us. He has put us here to help ourselves first. You're not making any effort. So how will the medical system get better if we let all forms of mistake go because we're leaving it for God? Who taught us that? Why are we like this? A relative rapes another, and you say it's a family thing, let's leave it for God. Who told you that the trauma and pain is going to be less because the culprit is family? Who told you that? You borrow money from someone, you refuse to pay, or you borrow it with the intention of not paying back, and then people tell you, oh, leave him for God. It doesn't happen. It teaches and encourages irresponsibility. Our problems have emanated and grown from little seeds that we have planted. And I'm telling us today that one of those little seeds is that statement, leave it for God. If we are able to take it out of our mentality, we will go a long way. People will sit up and begin to be responsible and act responsibly. I don't even know how that statement came to be. If a man slaps a fellow man, the fellow man who is of equal strength can decide to leave it for God. Is on him. But if a man slaps a woman, he should be taken to court. If a woman slaps a man, she should be taken to court. Let her answer for it. The next time he or she is angry, he would learn to control, or she would learn to control her emotions and not get physical. As for me, I have a girl child. If a man lays hands on her, I will take it to the final level. I also have sons. If they raise their hands on their spouses, I will take them to the highest level. Let's stop this nonsense of leaving things for God. You marry a woman with 2 eyes from her father's house, and in less than two years, one eye is gone. Which God are we leaving that to, for heaven's sake? Let's be guided, please. Let us stop this issue of leaving things for God. It's not a walk. If someone steps on on your toes, you can decide to leave that person and say, "Oh, I forgive you," or anything. But when things happen that affects people's lives, let us stop leaving it for God. Let us bring that person to justice. If you can't get it in the real court, bring it to the social courts. Let us deal with it there. So that the next time he or she is walking on the streets, he knows that a couple of persons know what he or she has done. And the next time, he or she will be more careful. Living it for God is not working. And you no go walk. Because people go about now with the intention of doing evil, knowing that last, they go leave me for God. Knowing that and believing that God's justice might not be the way our own justice will go. Let's learn to be responsible. And being responsible is what? Taking actions. And know it all, that we are going to be judged by our actions and our inactions. Say what you have done and what you have failed to do. If you have been enabling rapists and abusers and just know that you are creating an unsafe environment for the next generation and for the next person. That's what you're doing. Let's be guided, please. Let's stop leaving things for God. And it's beginning with me. From today, I'm not leaving anything that is going to affect the lives of others and their well-being to God. If I don't get justice in the courts, I will bring it to the social courts. Let the people know. Let people know who you are and what you are capable of doing, so that their defense systems will be activated once you are cited.